Have you ever wondered if there are simple secrets hidden in your own body that could help you live longer, feel healthier, and even reach 100 years with vitality? What if the answer wasn't in an expensive treatment or a complicated routine, but in something as basic as how you wash certain parts of your body? Today I'm going to reveal something that may surprise you. There are 5 specific areas that most people ignore when it comes to hygiene, and neglecting them can silently accelerate aging and rob you of energy. But the good news is this. When you give these areas the attention they deserve, you not only feel cleaner and fresher, you also support your circulation, your immunity, and your longevity. The title and thumbnail of this video say it all. Wash this part of your body and you can live up to 100. That's right, it may sound almost too simple. But believe me, sometimes the greatest secrets to health and well-being are hidden in the smallest details. If you've ever felt like you've lost energy over the years, that your body doesn't respond the way it used to, or that you're aging faster than you'd like, what you're about to learn will completely change the way you take care of yourself. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to share everything you need to know to turn this into a powerful habit in your daily routine. Let's start with an area that is so small but so significant. The navel. The navel, or belly button, is a scar left by the umbilical cord, but what many people don't know is that it is a small pocket where moisture, dead skin, and dirt can accumulate very easily. Over time, this becomes a breeding ground for bacteria that you don't see but that are affecting you internally. It's not just about smell or discomfort. Studies show that the navel can harbor more than 60 types of bacteria, some of them harmless, but others capable of weakening your defenses or causing infections that you don't even associate with that area. Think about it. How often do you really wash your navel? For most people, the answer is almost never. Yet this tiny area is located right in the center of your abdomen, very close to important organs like the liver, intestines, and kidneys. Traditional medicine in places like India even considers the navel a vital energy point, connected to the distribution of nutrients throughout the body. Taking a few seconds each day to clean it with a cotton swab dipped in mild soap and water can help you reduce the risk of infections and promote better balance in your digestion. When you start caring for your navel consistently, something amazing happens. You may notice less bloating, improved digestion, and even more energy during the day. And the reason is simple. You're eliminating toxins that were interfering with your body's natural functions. Now let's move on to the second area, one that often goes completely unnoticed but has a huge impact. Behind your ears. How many times have you washed your face carefully, maybe even paid attention to your hair, but forgotten to clean behind your ears? The skin in this spot is full of sebaceous glands, which produce natural oils. When those oils mix with sweat and dead skin, they create the perfect environment for bacteria and fungi. That's why sometimes you may feel an unpleasant odor even if you shower every day. But the issue goes deeper. Behind the ears there are lymph nodes, part of your immune system that helps you fight infections. When this area isn't kept clean, the body works harder to filter toxins. Over the years, that constant extra effort can weaken your immune response. By cleaning behind your ears daily with soap and water, you're not only preventing irritation, you're also supporting your body's natural detox system. It may seem like something small, but it has long-term benefits that are huge. A healthy immune system is one of the keys to longevity. Imagine living to 100 years, but without constant illnesses, without the fatigue that comes from a weakened immune system. Something as simple as washing behind your ears every day can be part of that invisible protection that keeps you strong. Now let's talk about the third area, the armpits. Yes, I know you may already wash them, but the truth is that many people don't do it thoroughly or correctly. The armpits are one of the warmest, most humid areas of the body, and they are filled with sweat glands. That makes them the perfect home for bacteria that produce unpleasant odor, irritation, or even recurring infections. But here's the most important part. The armpits are also full of lymph nodes, just like behind the ears. This means they are directly connected to your body's immune response. When you neglect this area, you're not just risking bad odor, you're putting an extra burden on your entire system. In fact, scientific studies have shown that poor armpit hygiene can be linked to higher rates of skin infections, as well as an increase in local inflammation that spreads throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is considered one of the silent killers of aging. It's not something you feel immediately, but over the years it erodes your health, accelerates cellular damage, and shortens your life expectancy. By washing your armpits thoroughly every day with antibacterial soap, drying them completely, and keeping them ventilated, you are not only preventing odor, but also helping your body maintain a lower level of systemic inflammation. That means better circulation, more energy, and above all, more resilience to face the challenges of aging. And if you want to take it a step further, natural deodorants with antibacterial properties like tea tree oil or coconut oil can complement this daily routine. Do you notice a pattern here? Each of these areas, navel, behind the ears, armpits, may seem small, but they are strategic points in your health. Caring for them daily is like giving your body a silent ally in the fight against aging. The fourth area that almost no one pays attention to, but which could completely change your health, is the scalp. That's right, the skin under your hair. Many people think that washing their hair is enough, but in reality, most shampoos only remove surface grease and don't deeply clean the skin of the scalp. Over time, dead cells, excess oil, and even pollution particles build up there. This creates an environment that not only affects the appearance of your hair, but also your overall health. Why? Because the scalp is full of blood vessels that nourish the brain. When the pores are clogged and the skin is irritated, circulation in this area is reduced. Poor circulation in the scalp has been linked to more than just hair loss. Some studies suggest that it can also affect the oxygenation of brain tissue, increasing the risk of memory problems or cognitive decline over the years. Now imagine the opposite. If every time you wash your hair you take 2 extra minutes to massage your scalp with your fingertips, not only are you cleaning more deeply, you're also stimulating circulation. That simple massage increases blood flow to the brain, reduces stress, and improves sleep quality. And as we know, good sleep and low stress are fundamental pillars of longevity. A healthy scalp is not only about avoiding dandruff or itchiness, it's about creating the perfect conditions for your brain and nervous system to stay young for longer. And now we come to the fifth and final area, perhaps the most surprising of all, your feet. Yes, those 2 parts of your body that carry your entire weight all day. Think about it for a moment. Your feet are in constant contact with the ground, enclosed in shoes, accumulating sweat, dead skin, and sometimes fungi or bacteria. Many people wash their feet superficially, letting the shower water run down, but they don't really clean between the toes or under the nails. This neglect can lead not only to fungal infections or bad odor, but also to circulation problems. The feet are full of nerve endings and capillaries that are vital for good blood flow. When you don't keep them clean, you create a constant inflammatory environment that can affect your legs, your joints, and even your heart. In fact, many doctors who study longevity agree on something very interesting. The state of your feet can predict the quality of your health as you age. People who keep their feet clean, hydrated, and healthy are less likely to suffer falls, circulation problems, or infections that compromise their vitality. That's why washing your feet carefully every night before bed, drying them completely, and moisturizing them with a natural cream is like giving your body an extra 10 years of health. Some longevity traditions, especially in Asia, include washing the feet as a sacred ritual before sleep. And it's not just a cultural practice, it has a scientific basis. Clean feet improve blood flow, reduce the load of toxins, and relax the nervous system, preparing your body for deep rest. And as you know, rest is one of the greatest secrets to living longer. So let's summarize these 5 forgotten areas: the navel, behind the ears, the armpits, the scalp, and the feet. Small details that, when cared for daily, create a huge difference in your energy, your circulation, your immunity, and your chances of living a long, healthy life. Now you may be asking yourself, how does something so simple have such a profound effect? The answer lies in one word: inflammation. Science has shown that chronic inflammation is the root of most diseases of aging. Heart problems, diabetes, arthritis, even neurodegenerative diseases. When you neglect hygiene in these areas, your body deals with constant microinfections, toxins, and irritation. That keeps your immune system working overtime, creating low-grade inflammation that slowly wears down your organs. On the other hand, when you pay attention to these hidden areas, you reduce inflammation, support your defenses, and allow your body to focus its energy on regeneration instead of constant defense. And that, my friends, is one of the greatest secrets to living to 100. But let me tell you a real story that will inspire you. One of my patients, whom I'll call Miguel, was 72 years old when he came to me. He felt tired all the time, suffered from constant colds, and thought it was simply old age. When I asked him about his hygiene, he told me he only washed his face, hands, and body superficially. I introduced him to this simple practice of paying attention to the 5 areas I've shared with you today. At first he thought it was silly. How could washing behind his ears or his navel make any difference? But he gave it a try. 3 weeks later, Miguel returned with a big smile. He told me, "Doctor, I don't know what's happening, but I feel like I've regained 10 years of my life. I sleep better, I wake up with energy, and even my memory feels sharper." What happened to Miguel wasn't magic. It was biology. By reducing the hidden sources of toxins and inflammation, his body had space to regenerate naturally. Now, imagine what could happen if you started doing the same thing today. It doesn't cost money, it doesn't require expensive treatments, and it takes less than 5 minutes of your day. And yet, the benefits can be enormous. If you've made it this far in the video, it's because you truly care about your health and your future. And that already sets you apart from most people. But don't keep this secret to yourself. Start today by washing these areas with attention, turn it into a ritual, and notice how your body thanks you with more energy, more clarity, and more years of life. And before we finish, let me give you one last recommendation. Living to 100 isn't just about hygiene. It's also about maintaining a positive mindset, moving your body every day, eating mostly natural foods, and staying connected to the people you love. Hygiene is one piece of the puzzle, but when combined with healthy habits, it becomes a powerful foundation. So my message to you is simple. Don't underestimate the little things. Washing these 5 areas every day may seem minor, but it could be the difference between simply aging and truly living with vitality until 100 years old. If you found this information useful and inspiring, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Every week I share valuable insights about health and well-being that can transform your life. And I'd love for you to share your experiences in the comments. Have you already been paying attention to these areas, or will you start today? Let's create a community of people who support each other on this journey to a long and healthy life. Take care of your body, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.